So that sometimes we have fewer people show up at this time of the year. But look what we got. It's a very wonderful meeting. And I'm honored to be your Toastmaster today. With that, welcome Mike with the general
Toastmasters. And fellow Toastmasters, we had a wonderful meeting tonight. And what I want to do with the general evaluation, and I've got 5 minutes, is to contribute back to the Toastmasters here a suggestion for improving their both speaking and evaluation. One of the things that we tend to do when we get up here is rather self-deprecating. We will get into some statement that we want to make where we indicate we're uncertain how effective it is going to be. And one of the things that that does to the audience is it puts them in this state of sympathy where you've seen somebody fall and you have this ouch effect or you laugh. And what that is doing is making your audience a little bit uncomfortable because they sense your discomfort. So I'm suggesting to you when you get up here, and especially when you're evaluating, that you suggest things with bravado. You make your recommendations and you look your audience in the eye and you have your convictions. And I noticed in the speakers that our speakers, both Gina had something that she was very in earnest about in terms of traveling, and Stan had something that he enjoys doing, and you said you've done this on multiple occasions in the past. And those speeches that you've in earnest about and that you're not hesitant about the material come across as being very comfortable. And as soon as we get into a situation where we're uncertain, we're maybe hesitant about presenting the material, that uncertainty comes across. And it gives our audience the same discomfort that we're feeling. And that holds the audience back away from what we're trying to do, which is to try and convey some meaning to them. So be in earnest, and if you've got an idea, a suggestion for improvement, go out and present it. Now, our evaluators did an excellent job of evaluating our speakers. I thought that in the evaluations, the evaluators could be less complimentary. And I know that comes across as sounding rather harsh and unjust. And now I'm backing away from my statement a little bit. But what I mean by being less complimentary is that if we go through a laundry list of things that the speaker did right, then when we want to make a point of something very right that the speaker did, we have a tendency of diluting that compliment in a series of things that we've said. The speaker was articulate, the speaker was this, the speaker was that. And then when you get to something that really the speaker did with excellence, then we've diluted that a little bit. So I want to recommend in the evaluators especially that we're careful. We present something very constructive to improving their speaking abilities. And that when we compliment them, we're truly complimenting them on what they've done right, and we have examples. One of the things that's, I think, most appropriate is that we give concrete examples about how they've done something right or what they can do to improve. So those are the things that I would recommend to our evaluators, and the general evaluation portion of the meeting is something that I think is a very important part of the meeting because this is our chance to improve. Now, let me give some compliments out, especially to our Toastmaster tonight. Anka Navodi came in a little bit past the starting time of the meeting, and she immediately grabbed control of the meeting. We said we needed a Toastmaster. She said, okay, I'm there for you. And then she led us through an entire meeting, filling out the agenda and getting everybody speaking. And that was a very effective technique for when we're not quite prepared as Toastmasters, having an effective meeting and giving everybody a speaking role. So thank you once again. You clearly polished at running a Toastmaster meeting, and you did a wonderful job in doing that. And I think that's part of the rationale for coming to Toastmasters, is that we all have a speaking duty, that we all get to participate, and that maybe everybody gets a chance to speak more than, some of us spoke more than one time, and we got an extra chance to fill in some of the gaps. And I think that came across very well. And so we had an impromptu meeting, but it actually worked out very well. Now, at this point, let me ask for comments from our audience.
I feel that you addressed this more than one time now, in terms of the quality of evaluations. Is it different personal habits that you see all these good things and use all these vocabularies and superlatives? I myself think that if we earn trust, then we can have the comfort of taking in the evaluations better. Now, I learned that always to take care of the speaker, and if you don't want to demoralize the speaker. But you're right, your point is not diluted, so what do you think?
Your comment is interesting, but I'm not sure I agree with it. Particularly when you're evaluating an experienced speaker, there are some things that can be stated as suggestions that aren't necessarily something that's wrong with the speech per se.
Sure.
And sometimes you can present them as alternatives to try, and the speaker's not really going to know whether they work or don't work for him until he tries them.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a very good point. I was up late last night listening to a debate, and the debate was from a professor who is now an atheist and believes that science should be devoid of religion, and another scientist, professor, who is a Christian and was taking the counterpoint to that, and they were both arguing about the effects of religion in science. And the debate went on, and there were definitely two different perspectives, and they were very well argued. And so you're right. I mean, the world has perspective on what's a good opinion. And certainly a suggestion is something just that. It's a suggestion for improvement. It's not something you have to go and take advantage of. But for the same reasons that I would tell a debater to debate with vibrato, I would tell the evaluator to suggest with vibrato. So that doesn't counter the argument that you're making that maybe the suggestion won't be effective for that speaker, but you should still suggest it in earnest.
May I mention this? I think that maybe I felt the authority of the president, and you could sign up as general evaluator next time and present your view that this way. I think it will be balanced, because
fair and balanced.
One way to speak next time.
Then leave it to the next meeting. We have the day open next Wednesday, and I thought that you would want to get it. I wanted to be here. I just want to ask whether anybody of us plan to be here next Wednesday. You?
I'll be gone.
You'll be gone. Anybody?
I don't think
You won't be.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I don't have family in town.
Okay. So you, me, and David. Maybe we should just scratch it. Maybe.
I am going to be here because I want to practice my bold-faced liar speech again before I give it on January 6th.
Okay.
And I will give it whether there are
People are not. Okay, in that case, let's have at the meeting, and I will be here.
And if I,